Howdy, folks. Welcome to my video on uMobix, which is a mobile spy app or a cell spy app that allows you to track mobile devices. So, it's great for parents. I use it. I've got for children. It's good if you want to see what your loved one's up to. It's great if you're an employer and you hand out mobile phones to your employees, so you can monitor what's actually going on and what they're actually doing at your cost, at your expense. It comes with a lot of different uses. I'm sure you can think of other uses. It's also good to track your own phone. So, if you lose your phone, you can locate it by GPS and have alerts, notifications, all sorts of cool stuff on there. Now in this video, I wanted to actually show you the demo. So what it actually looks like inside the dashboard, what you're going to get access to, what are some of the features and what they do, and how you can read them and see all the information that you will get once you pick it up. Now, at any time that you want to grab this, I've actually been able to grab a little bit of a discount for you guys because I've been using this for a while. I reached out to them, asked them, and they said, yes, you're more than welcome to offer this. And you can give them a little bit of a discount code that's already added in. So, you will see a link in the description below. If you click that, it's going to take you to this website you're looking at right now, and you can go ahead and get a discount. I'm going to show you that at the end of this video. You'll see what the prices are and what you can get when it comes to the cheapest options. So, all in all, it's a fantastic app. I've used it now for a few months. I have tried around about 6 others, actually, over the last couple of years. Most of them didn't work. The ones that did work were excessively expensive, and I couldn't keep them up because I have for children. So, when you want to get a license for each one of those phones, it starts to add up, right? So, I kind of had to look for an alternative. And the cheapest, nastiest ones, the one-time sort of payment sort of things, some of these $50, $30 ones that you pay once, it sounds great, but they didn't work, right? So, a couple of things worked on them. But mainly, the worst part was the support was terrible, like non-existent. And the other one was getting it installed was very tough. It wasn't the instructions. The details weren't very good, and I had a lot of trouble. Couldn't get my money back. So, that's why I dodged them. Now, uMobix is fantastic, easy to install, great customer support. They've even got a live chat here on the website. You'll see there, very simple to use, very easy to install, very quick, and it works. Every feature so far has been working perfectly for me. So, I'm going to show you inside a demo account. This is a demo account purely because I can't show you my account. It has my kids' personal details on there. So, that would be silly. So, I just wanted to show you. This is the demo account. So, what you're going to get is, once you get access to it, you install it on the target phone that you want to target, via iOS, Android, doesn't matter, iPad, tablet, doesn't matter. You can monitor everything and anything. There is no phone that it doesn't monitor, right? So, you don't have to worry about that. And then you'll get given some credentials and a login to a particular dashboard that looks just like this. Now, you can access it from your phone. So, I've got my phone here. You can access it from your phone. You can access it from my laptop, computer, anywhere, really. You just need an internet connection, and you can access it because it's secured to your details. So, only you can get in to see the bits and pieces in there. So, it's quite safe. It's quite secure. All the information on there is for your eyes only, in that respect. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Now, on the dashboard, you're going to see an overview of everything. So, if you're on iOS or Android, depending on which one you're targeting, let's just say we're targeting an Android here, you'll actually see the last visited addresses. So, it does a GPS tracker. It can tell you the actual address where the person was, at what time, and what date. So, that's a quick overview of these things. You can go into specific detail on all of these, and I'll show you that in a minute. You've got most frequent calls, so you can see that. Now, the other thing too is you can change this to see the most common features that you use on the dashboard, right? Which is really cool. You just go to your settings at the top here, and you can do that. So, we've got most frequent SMSs. You've got incoming and then your outgoing, right? So, you can actually see what they were, who they were to, how many times they were sent, and you can go into the details on each and every one of these just by clicking on them, and you'll actually see the chat and the message and everything as well. You've got last added accounts, so people that have added in additional accounts to their phone. So, you can actually see all that there as well. And on this one, we've got sites, so sites they visited, the last one they actually opened, browser bookmarks as well, and then we've got most frequent socials. So, what do they do today or so? Let's say today, it's been WhatsApp. Yesterday they're on WhatsApp all the time. You know, you can actually see the different data for that as well. Alright, so that's just a dashboard view of it all. Now, let's go into more detailed stuff. So, on the side here, you've got all the menu items for the individual features and the data that it's collected. So, let's go into the calls, for instance. It's going to look like this. It's going to load up, and it will load up the call feature, and it's going to show you all the information about every call that's been made from the phone or been accepted by the phone. Okay, so you can even see here. So, this one was accepted, declined, accepted, outgoing, incoming. So, it tells you everything, gives you the actual number or the contact name in the phone as well. It gives you how long they actually spoke for, right? And it tells you when the call actually started, the time, and the specific date. Alright, it goes on, and you can show you as many or every single call. It doesn't miss out on any, which is fantastic. Then you've got the address book. So, I'm going to go into all of these. If you want to go and check it out for yourself, like I said, there is a link in the description there. You can click on that and go and check all this out for yourself as well. But I'm just going to go through these ones, and I'll actually go through my most used ones. So now you can actually see their address book. So who's in their actual address book in their phone? Okay, tracked. It was tracked on this particular date, the state that they're in their phone, that number that they've got, their name, and their ID. Alright, you've got messages. Now, I use this one a bit. I use social messages more because my kids are TikTok and Facebook messaging all the time. So, we've got the contacts here, the person that they contacted, their title, alright, and the actual message. Okay, so you can actually read the message as well. Now, even though it only shows you a little bit, you can actually click into these. Okay, and go in and look at the full message as well. Then you've got when the actual message was sent. That's literally the time, right down to the second, and the actual date as well. Now, this one I use a lot. This is when I actually installed it on my phone. And I've used it a couple of times because I'm a bit clumsy and I have left my phone in certain places. I couldn't find it, so by doing this, I've tapped into the GPS location of that, and I've been able to locate where I left my phone, right? So, this works great. So, it's good if you're a parent. I do monitor my children because I've got to catch a couple of buses on the way home. So, I can make sure that they've got on the bus. They're traveling. You know, have they arrived home if I'm not home from work? This has so many benefits to track by location. Okay, if they say they're going somewhere and you notice they're totally in the opposite direction, you will know that as well. Give them a quick call. Now, you can see the actual latitude and longitude, the accuracy of this as well. So, that just means by meters, right? So, this is demo account. It's just showing you all the same numbers, but by meters, date track to the date this will happen. And then you can click here and actually view it on a map, right? So, you can actually view it on a live map, which is really cool. So, you can go to, it goes to Google Maps, and you can actually see that specific location. So, they're right there. Okay, really cool. So, you can actually see everything as well, and you can see this in real time. So, it's all in real time. Keylogger, that just tracks every keystroke that was made in the phone as well, which is a really handy one as well. I don't usually use that, but say for instance, you know your children signed up to a new app, and you're trying to get into it to see what they're actually saying and doing and all that, and it's got a password. Well, you can keylog the password and find out what that is. It's many different uses. Then we've got Snapchat. I don't use this one, but I mean, how handy because there are a lot of people that use Snapchat. Same thing, so if you're on Snapchat, you can see the name, the chat name, the name itself, the message, and when it was sent. This one I use a lot. Facebook Messenger. Really, really cool. I mean, I don't know anyone who's not on Facebook. So, this is really cool. It gives you their chat name, alright, which is usually their Facebook profile. And then you can go and have a look at that profile as well. You'll know it's the right profile because you can see their picture, the message they sent, if it's at a group chat or a one-to-one chat, private message, all that. Then you've got the time and date that it was actually sent or received as well. Okay, so that's really, really handy. I use that a hell of a lot. Okay, really cool, especially with online predators these days. Depending on the age of your children, you know, you've got to be safe. So, if you can monitor this stuff, it's all the better. Tinder, I don't use that, but I'm sure there are many people that would find that particular feature useful. So, you can actually track Tinder, who they're talking to, when they're talking to them, what they said, and the time and date. TikTok, I use this all the time. Both my kids have TikTok accounts. They'd like to do these little TikTok videos, but they're also, you know, commenting on other people's stuff and getting commented back to them. So, I can see all this with the messaging and everything involved as well. Who was the name of the person, the chat name, the last message, and the message sent. Zoom, I don't use that, but you can actually see any Zoom calls that were made on the target device as well. So, accepted, incoming, the due, how long it went for, the call started, and who it was actually from. Then we've got Instagram, which I do use quite a lot of. Now, Instagram obviously does a very similar thing. It's basically about the chat. So, their chat name, their actual name, the last message, and when it was sent. So, it tells you all this stuff. and you can go into these in depth and actually read the full message and all the details on it, right? I've got Viber. I don't even know what that is. I think it's like an app to call people. Telegram. Once again, don't know what that is, but it looks like some sort of a text messaging thing. WeChat. Same thing without. Don't know what it is. Don't use it, but I'm sure it would be handy for some people. Skype. Skype's cool. So, I use Skype a little bit, so this is handy if you've got kids or a partner or whatever that's Skyping people. You can actually see when they did a call, right? But also, the messaging inside Skype. Okay, so you can actually see the messages, right? Which is a pretty cool feature. You've got Google Hangouts, right? Which is very popular. You've got Kik, that is, and Line. These are obviously more social media places. Then you've got Media, right? Which is really cool. So, any photos that have been taken on the phone, sent from the phone, or received on the phone, okay? So, you can actually see all the photos. In this demo account, there you go. Cat and dog lovers. So when it was actually created, right? Or when it was sent and received, and you'd be able to click in these to see all those additional details. Same thing goes with videos. So if any videos created on that particular phone or sent to the person that you're targeting, you'll be able to see the actual videos. You can literally watch the videos. So you can actually play them and watch the videos and have a look at the content that they're getting or making, and you can basically see the time and date that was all done. Then you have browser history, right? Browser history is really cool. So, this is good. I mean, especially for people that are looking up websites they shouldn't be. So you can come here, check out what's the title of this particular website. When did they visit it? Okay, and how many times do they visit it? And then you have the URL. So, say for instance, you've got one that they've like this is all 135, and so on. So, for instance, this one here was 15 or 20 times. They're going to that website quite a lot. So I want to find out what that is, just to make sure it's appropriate, right? And then you can click on this, and it's going to take you directly to that particular website. Okay? Which is really cool, and you can check it out in detail. Then we've got bookmarks. So things that they obviously look up quite a lot. They're going to bookmark those, right? So, you can now see what websites have actually bookmarked inside their phone or device, okay? When they bookmarked it, the time, the title that they've given it as well, and the URL. So once again, you can go and check that content out to make sure it's okay. Alright, so that's all the features there. Hopefully, that's given you a really good insight into what the dashboard looks like, how it works, and the sort of data that you'll be able to see. Now let me show you how much this thing costs. So if I just click on try now, with the discount that we've got in place, I'm just going to add in any old email address here. This is not my actual email address. Then you would go ahead and pick, let's just say let's go Android because that's what I showed you. But the pricing is the same, right? So, don't worry about that. Pricing is the same. Features are the same. Alright, so this is the one that I went for, is this one here. The reason being is because, initially, I got this, but then I upgraded because you save money, right? It's $12.49 a month. That's all it costs because you're paying on a yearly basis. So it's for a full year only $149.88, right? So, seriously cheap, right? Most popular one according to them is this one here, $29.99 a month. Really cool. It's only $100 to pay for the full pricing, and that gives you a full 3 months to use that. So, I mean, people are going to have these phones for a long time. You're going to want to monitor them. And by the way, if they change phones, you can uninstall remotely, right? You can uninstall it remotely and then reinstall it into a new phone, which is really easy to do. So that's cool. I'll put another video up on how the installation process is done in more detail. So, like I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do that, and also hit the bell icon because you'll get notified when I do put up more videos about this. Okay.